Hello everyone, my name is Troy and this is TNT Moto. All right, so if you're new to the channel and you don't know about the Dual 1989 CR250 side-by-side restoration resto mod builds, you can go to a link up here that'll take you to the first video or the playlist, and you can watch where these bikes were basically scrap, and I tore them all down and built them into what you see here today. First parts we're going to talk about on the bike are from AS3 Performance in England. They are the front Venhill brake line, rear Venhill brake line, rear sprocket, front sprocket, and these YZ450 foot pegs, nice wide foot pegs. I'll put a link in the description down below to AS3 Performance website. They are fantastic, great people to deal with, and all of the parts are very good quality. You're going to want to go check them out. Shipping times are amazing and the prices are great. All right, second thing we're going to talk about is the Guts Racing seat cover on this bike. This is a gripper seat cover with the ribs. It is amazing quality, nice thick material. Underneath this seat cover is the Guts Racing seat foam. Same thing with underneath this cover over here. We also have the Guts Racing seat foam. If you need seat foam for your bike, you need gripper seat covers, head on over to Guts Racing. There'll be a link in the description down below. All right, so now we're going to talk about the coatings on this bike. All the coatings for this bike came from Nick Industries. They are the makers of prismatic powders for powder coating and Cerekote. I'm sure you've all heard of Cerekote now. Just about everybody is doing it. Okay, so the frame, fighting red, prismatic powder. So all the aluminum that you see on this bike is coated with a clear aluminum to protect it, because once you strip off that anodizing, the only way to really protect your aluminum is to put a clear coat on it or get it re-anodized. The brake calipers were all done in clear aluminum and armor black. The brake reservoir up here is armor black. The triple clamps are armor black. The forks are done in a combination that I made with burnt bronze and gold. Rear spring was done with fighting red powder coat that I accidentally burnt. My oven thermostat failed and went all the way up to 500 degrees, and I burnt it, but I just said, you know what, the heck with it. It's got a two-tone color to it. It's the right color at the top, and then it gets darker and darker as it goes to the bottom, but I just went with it. Let's see. I don't think there's any other coatings on here. That is it. I mean, that's pretty much the entire bike except for the aftermarket parts, and I'm very happy with those coatings. All right, so the next item we're going to talk about is the 265 big bore kit installed in both of these bikes. The kits were done by Eric Gore. This was the last year that Eric Gore was doing this. I actually had to phone him and get permission to send my cylinders in to have this work done. So I'm very thankful that I was able to get that in this bike, and it's another reason why I'm keeping this bike and it's not going anywhere, because it means something to me to have one of those last kits that you cannot get and probably never will be able to get unless somebody else takes up the tools and decides to do it for these older bikes. All right, so the next item that we'll talk about is the DID rims on both of the bikes. OEM hardware. Everyone knows who DID is. DID chains, DID rims. Link in the description down below if you want OEM hardware. All right, and the last parts that we're going to talk about on the bike are from Boyson. We've got the Boyson stator cover, the Boyson clutch cover, and at the core of it all, we've got the Boyson rad valve. What the Boyson rad valve does is it provides a better fuel airflow into your cylinder, with the end result just being better performance out of your bike. You get a smoother acceleration and you get a boost in power. So you get an aluminum part that incorporates the insulator and the valve assembly where your reed's attached to, and it's connected to your carburetor with just one small rubber boot that's easily replaceable, and you don't have to replace that entire insulator should that rubber boot start to harden up or fail in some way. It is a fantastic product. I highly recommend it. If you're looking to replace your OEM insulator, this is the way to go. I wouldn't go any other way. Boyson's been around for a long time, and I'm sure you'll be quite impressed with the performance gain that you get out of your bike. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Once again, thanks to everyone that helped me on this build. Thank you, viewers, for coming out and watching this project. Please share with your friends, leave some comments, and I'll catch you all next video.